Today we're back with another awesome knife review of the Spyderco Para 3. Spoiler alert, I'm about ready to cost you some money. Welcome back to our channel, and thanks if you're here for the first time. If you wouldn't mind, please follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Also click that subscribe button real quick, it really helps me out. Today is a knife review I'm really excited about. I've been carrying this knife for about 2 months now. Really great knife. I love the size of this knife. I love the look of this knife. So those are great starting points for me to carry it. Pretty heavy used it for, like I say, those couple months. Been down the Smith River. I've been out on other fishing trips. I've been doing a lot of cooking, a lot of housework since it's the spring. I use my knife for everything. It's had everything from beef to gasoline on it. So it's seen some good use, and I want to talk to you about that today. So just really briefly, I'm going to go over some specs of this particular knife that I have. This is like I say, the Spyderco Para 3 with the G10 scales. This is the Digi Camo version. This knife is a really neat pocket size. It's just under 3-inch blade length and an overall length just under 7¼ inches. It is a tip down carry or tip up carry depending on what your choice is. It also is a full flat grind, and it's a drop point style, kind of the Spyderco drop point style. Outside of that, we've talked about the steel before of an S30V. This S30V is a really good steel. Puts on a good edge, takes a little bit of work to put a good edge on it, but it keeps a really good edge. This knife is freaking sharp. I have not sharpened it myself yet. I'm still working off the sharpening that Spyderco put on it, and it's still razor sharp. So good blade for getting sharp, but a good blade to keep sharp too. So I love S30V. It's one of my favorite steels. Let's bring you in a little closer and you can take a look at the knife. So again, a really great knife. This is not a very deep carry clip, which you can see here. That is a disappointing part for me. I do like the deeper carrying clip. You can get a different one if you want, but for this price point of knife, you feel like it should be the way you want it right out. But some people prefer that. They like something to grab onto when they pull it out. It does have a big loop for a lanyard if that's your thing. The design on your hand is really great for a medium to large size hand. I'm sure it's fine for small as well, but you can see here, I'll just grab it. It fits in my hand really nicely. You also get really good jimping, which you know is a point of contention with me. I literally will cut up my knives if I don't have it. This is great, not only down here on the main handle portion, but up on the blade as well. Spyderco, for the most part, is always on point with their jimping. Other side, you can see, for me, I like this black finish. I know some people don't. They'd rather the regular satin finish. I like the look. I like that it protects the steel from rust. It really, if you want to engrave anything on it, it's great for that as well. It's not super shiny if you're out in the woods working on something and you don't want to, flash animals or something like that. So I really like the style of this, but it's your choice. Spyderco does it a multitude of different ways. So let's talk about the bad first of things that I think could be improved. Even though the handle, it looks really cool, it's not great high quality. It is the G10, so it's fine, but do you want just fine when you're talking about a knife at this price point? Probably not. Also, the liner lock is on the top instead of the bottom, which a liner lock is a interesting choice in general, but when it's on the top, it's just really, it's different. Usually they're down here, so where you can just flip it over and flip the knife close. So it's taken some getting used to flip it over and close it. Not a big deal. It's just kind of out of the norm, which it's fine. You got to try new things, but I don't love that so far, but I'm getting used to it. As I said before, the other part that I'm not in love with is the clip for your belt clip. It's not deep carry. I don't like my knife sticking out 1.5 to 2 inches like that. It's just not my favorite, but I can get a different clip if I want to. They have deep carry clips that you can switch out, so not a huge issue, but I'd rather not have to modify if I can. Those are my main gripes with this knife, if I'm being completely honest, which I think if you're hearing me, you're saying I'm just nitpicking, and that's really what it is, because I freaking love this knife. So now let's talk about the things I love about this knife. Again, in recap of things I've already said, I like the black finish. The satin finish would be fine too, but I like the black finish. I like the S30V steel. I think it looks cool with this Digi Camo. I think that is a really cool design. I love the jimping on top up here. I didn't show you the jimping also down here on the bottom, so you can really get up and do some good, you know, detail work if you need to cut something up, cut up some kindling, or you need to work on some food. It really lets you get up and get a grip, but you can also get back and get a little leverage as well if you need it for that purpose. So really neat design, I think. The Spyderco general design with the Spidey hole or Spidey loop or whatever they call it, you know, you get used to that, and I really like it now. The flat top up here, the spine has actually a little bit of girth to it, so if you need to do a little bit of extra work, I wouldn't recommend it, but you can do it in a pinch, and it probably isn't going to bust your knife as long as you're careful. So that is the Paramilitary 3 black finish Digicam camo handle. So if you can't tell already, I love this knife. I've carried a brother to this, the Delica 4, for a long time. I've carried the Benchmade Bug Out a lot lately, which I love that knife. This knife, I think, might be my favorite knife now. I think going forward, as I do reviews, I'll be carrying this knife and whatever knife I'm reviewing in the other pocket, because it is just a great go-to knife. Great size, great weight, great look, workhorse. It's not going to let you down. You can use it in just about any situation. So do yourself a favor. Click on the link below. I'll link to Blade HQ. I think this particular knife is around $140, so it's not cheap, but it is a great knife. So do yourself a favor, spend the money, have your favorite knife for the next 10 years, get the Paramilitary 3. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe before you jump off, and until next time.